right? So I do want to get into the local stuff, but one question I wanted to
Yep.
ask you last week that I didn't get a chance to was just how, help me and our audience understand, like, how does the Federal Reserve create money?
How does it create money? Well, basically, what it is doing is it can essentially put money in the economy by virtue of reducing rates and putting money into the economy. Um, Simply by fiat. That's what we have. We have a fiat money system. It has value because if I give you a dollar, you believe it's worth a dollar. There's a lot more theory behind it. Frankly, I'm not a monetarist, so I wouldn't be the right person to tell you about, kind of the monetary theory of money. But it can, by virtue of having the authority to, if that makes sense.
It does. And for example, there are a certain number of banks that can say to you, "Hey, look, we need to purchase more treasuries," and then they can just sort of create it that way, and then they make money off the margins, if you will. I mean, is that
hmm
a fair assessment on my part? Am I tracking this somewhat
Right.
correctly? Or
Yeah. I don't want to make it too complicated because even there is a little bit of faith that's involved in terms of the Fed creating money and then being able to take it out. That's what we do when we raise and lower interest rates. When we lower it, we're essentially creating liquidity so more money can get out into the economy because we can produce money. We're the only organization that can produce money. We're the only organization that can take it out. And so that's what we're doing when we try to either goose the economy to grow a little bit stronger. That's what happened after the Great Recession. We wanted to try to encourage people to borrow. We were making rates low and we were pumping money into the economy also through quantitative easing. So when we were buying all those securities and to keep mortgage rates down. And we can talk a little bit about, that's how our balance sheet got large. And as our balance sheet goes up, that means more money in the economy. When we're doing quantitative easing, we talked a little bit about this last week. Quantitative easing is essentially when those securities come due, and so that security is essentially paid off. Then we're not going out and buying that same security out in the open market, so our balance sheet is going down a little bit. So there's two things kind of at play here: interest rates